Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Melissa Chambers Consulting, Wednesday Words of Wisdom. This morning we are talking about keys to communicating. And I want to say when we are communicating with our loved ones, we should think of it as having a conversation with anyone else in the world that we would be having a conversation with. Who doesn't have some sort of dementia diagnosis, who isn't living with dementia. We wouldn't be, well, maybe we would be, but think of if you're having a business meeting or a meeting with someone for work or whatever the case may be. You wouldn't be screaming and shouting at that person. Again, maybe we would be, I don't know, but you would be having a conversation, and if it was something that you didn't agree with, or you would talk through it or whatever. Now, sometimes our loved one living with some sort of dementia diagnosis, we can't talk through things with them rationally like we would with someone who isn't living with dementia. But again, we should consider having a conversation with our loved ones just like we would with anyone else. Meaning, we wouldn't be screaming, we wouldn't be arguing, we would try not to be doing that. Try is the key word because it can be frustrating. And again, when I talk about people living with dementia, some sort of dementia diagnosis, that's very a very loose term, because dementia, depending on what kind it is, has different stages. Everyone is in a different place. If someone is newly diagnosed and they realize there might be an issue, and you can still have somewhat normal conversations with them, that's one thing. But sometimes you're having a conversation with someone who's in the mid or end stages of the disease, and it looks much different. So again, keeping in mind that everything I talk about is very, I guess, fluid, if you will, because again, it's generalizations. It's you're talking about people in wide range of the dementia diagnosis. So we want to be calm. 5 minutes can mean the world. 3 minutes can mean the world. So in other words, if we are approaching our loved one, and maybe they're in a bad mood, or we're in a bad mood, and it's not going as planned, or you're already starting to argue, or whatever the case may be, or disagree, walk away for a couple minutes and come back and try to be calm, try to approach the situation differently. And sometimes that couple minutes, that 3 to 5 minutes or whatever, can just mean the world of difference. Sometimes they just forget that this just happened a few minutes ago, and so we are starting over again. But we want to try to be as calm as possible. Again, depending on the stage, let them know who you are. Even if you're a daughter or a son or a husband or a wife, walk in whatever room they're at, approach them. Hi, Sam, it's Melissa, your daughter or your wife or whatever. Or even just saying your name, I came to visit you, or I came to, here's your lunch, or, whatever the case may be. But using their name and then using your name can be helpful. We always want to try to be calm and patient. And if I could bottle that up and sell that, I would be rich. It's horrible sometimes to try to find that patience and that calmness, because maybe they're arguing, or maybe they don't realize that they can't see things rationally or the way things really are, and it's so frustrating. And we want to make sure that we are trying for patience, not perfection. None of us are perfect. None of us are always going to be patient or calm or kind, and that's okay. We have to give ourselves grace, but just keep trying. Try and try again. That's what we're striving for. So calmness, patience, simple things, simple statements, simple questions, maybe more or so like yes or no questions, instead of, are you wearing? What do you want to wear today? You know, maybe do you want to wear this shirt or this shirt? So things like that. Just keep it very simple, very high level. Again, depending on the stage they're in, and you know, we can have sometimes very intelligent conversations with our loved ones living with dementia if they're early on. You know, so it all depends. But no matter what, across the board, we want to try these things. Being calm, it will change everything. So if things are heated, just take a second. It's okay to take a second and walk away. So again, just to go over this, we want to say their name, say our name. And again, use your judgment, depending on where they're at in the disease process. But being calm, using simple sentences, simple requests, simple questions, yes or no questions, simple statements, using patience, practicing giving ourselves grace, giving them grace. You know, sometimes people don't even realize that they have an issue, and it's because their brain is broken. Their brain is not working correctly, so they can't help it. It's not that they're being stubborn or that they want to argue or that they want this to be happening. They literally cannot help it. And so, but it's very hard in the moment. So giving yourself grace. So I hope that some of those tips helped. That's certainly not all there is to communicating, but I hope that some of those helped. If there's anything that we can do for you, please do not hesitate to contact us. MelissaChambersConsulting.com. Our contact information is there. There's a contact us page, our email, our phone number, etc. Also, please share this Facebook page if it's helpful. Share the website. Share the YouTube channel that has keeps all the videos. You know, from here, we put them on the YouTube channel so that people can see those as well. So please don't hesitate to share. Don't hesitate to call us. We're happy to help however we can. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Have a great week. Stay warm if you're somewhere cold. And if you're somewhere warm, I am jealous. All right, have a great week. Thank you. Bye.